Guys, welcome back to the Car Click. So before we get to this video, remember to like, subscribe and share the video so we can get to our target of 1,000 subscribers. In the last JDM video, we saw that you lot loved it, so here's a part 2 of the top 5 most underrated JDM cars that we think should be on this list. Starting off with a banger in itself is the Mazda MX5, or known as the Miata MX5. This car was first revealed in 1989 with its price tag of $14,000, but it's not known for that. It's mainly known for its well-balanced chassis and its pop-up headlights, which are very cool for its time. But mostly nowadays, these cars are known for their conversions into V6 engines. Shout out to Car Throttle, and also for doing their drift builds, as you can see right there. The reason why this car belongs on this list is because of its beautiful balanced chassis, which makes it so easy to drift, and it's a beast to drive. But if you do it right and put the right engine in it, it will be such a beast, and it will smoke anyone on the road, and it will be probably the fastest car that you probably own in the world. Also, do not forget the fact that this car is so well known and parts are so readily available. You can easily modify this just with doing standard conversions such as the lights, the wheels, the body kit, anything you name it, this car has the parts for it. So this is why it deserves to be on this list. In at number 4 is the beast itself, the Honda Type R EP3. This car, when it was new, came out with a naturally aspirated 4-cylinder which came with 200 brake horsepower and 196 Newton meters of torque. But that's not why this car was known. This car was known for its well-balanced chassis and the fact that it was such a fun car to drive. The legendary K20 engine was easily able to make 600 horsepower to the wheels, which made it such a beast to drive. And if you done it right, the parts were readily available, and this car was so easy to modify. You can do so many mods such as the lights, wheels, bumpers, whatever you name it, this car had the parts readily available. This car in itself deserves to be number 4 on this list, and it's the most underrated that we can find. In number 3 is another Honda, but unlike the AP3, this car is not a hatchback, it's a supercar. It's the Honda NSX from the 1990s. This car in itself is beautiful because of its design, which was inspired by and designed by Pininfarina, the legend. The body lines in itself are sweeping, beautiful. But do not forget the fact that this car is not just a looking machine, it's for driving. It was developed by the legend himself, Ayrton Senna. And because of that, the chassis, the engine, everything works so beautifully. And do not forget the fact that Honda thought they could do one better. So in the Japanese market, there's a special version that no one can get in the UK. But because of that, this car deserves to be number 3 on the modifications for this car were so easy to do, and because of its Honda heritage, it was very reliable and easy to do at the same time. Most people have made these into show cars instead of drift cars because of the heritage and everything. But these cars are just beautiful to even look at. So this car deserves to be number 3 on the list. In number 2, you might be thinking, what looks better than a Honda NSX, or what's better? In my opinion, is the 350Z. This is because of its cheaper side, and with its front engine, rear-wheel drive, 2-door, 2-seater hatchback design, this car in itself was beautiful. But with its engine and that beautiful Nissan sound, this car was easy to modify, and the chassis itself was actually really well balanced, so it made people want to make it into drift cars. Inspired by TJ Hunt with his 2JZ option, this car can be so beautiful with its wide body and everything. These cars are probably one of the best cars to modify to this day. The car itself, being from Japan and its Nissan heritage, is really reliable, and it's still running today. Even with its updated version of the 370Z, it still stands out till the day. Even though it looks a bit dated from the inside, the actual driving, the body style and everything is still beautiful to this day.
To this day! To this day!
And parts, modifications, whatever you name it, are just too good to miss out on. And at number 1, DJ, spin that shit! In at number 1 is a legend that was featured in the Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift movie. It's the Mitsubishi Evo. Specifically, my favourite, which is the Evo 9. That's because it came with 280 brake horsepower and 355 Newton meters, which was powered to all 4 wheels. This car, the reason why it's such a legend and it's so underrated is because you were easily able to make 400 brake horsepower, and because it's being 4-wheel drive, it was so fast and so easy to take the corners in. And the body style was just beautiful. It's just a car that the modifications on this car were actually quite easy to get because everyone wanted to modify them. The spoilers, you can get so many designs. The diffusers, the exhaust, the lights, you name it. This car just looked mean. It was such a beautiful car that it deserved to be number 1 on this list. Ba-da-ba-da. That's our top 5 most underrated JDM cars. Let us know what you would put instead in the comments down below. Remember to like the video and subscribe, and also share the video because we're trying to hit that road to 1,000 quick as possible. If you didn't make it this far into this video, remember to comment JDM lifestyle.